Sup peeps, and welcome to my reaction to HUD Nature's Hippos and other things for 8 minutes. I can't remember the full title of the video. I had to download it in order to watch it. Before I get into this, if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell. If you like this video, smash that thumbs up. If you dislike it, smash that thumbs down. If you want to say, drop a comment down below. I've got a GoFundMe in the description down below. If you could please donate, any little amount would help me grow this channel exponentially. Please and thank you. Right, that being said, I noticed that my best received video that I've done so far since I've started rebuilding my channel back up was my reaction to a HUD Nature video. And you know, I enjoy the heck out of HUD Nature, so why not? Let's react to his latest video, the one about hippos and 8 minutes of other things apparently. So I'm looking forward to this. I saw it got posted yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure which, but I haven't watched it yet because I was waiting to react to it, and I'd been, well, obviously I don't have any Wi-Fi or data, I've got to go to Asda, blah blah blah. But yeah, so let's get into this. I know that hippos are pretty much the most dangerous land and aquatic animal out there. Like, they can run, they can run. So let's see what he's got to say about hippos and other things that are most likely quite deadly.
You want to know the funny part about that video? Hippos normally don't swim. They're so heavy that they sink to the bottom, so they usually just walk along the lake floor. That hippo was literally sprinting underwater towards that boat. I don't know what the hell got Moto so motivated, but all I saw was malicious intent. Hippos aren't just the most aggressive animals in that.
Sorry, I'm going to have to pause for a second because I'm trying to can my phone please stop falling? You good? You good, phone? Alright. The video's on... No, don't do that. Phone, you good? Okay. Let's try this again.
You want to know the funny part about that video? Hippos normally don't swim. They're so heavy that they sink to the bottom, so they usually just walk along the lake floor. That hippo was literally sprinting underwater towards that boat. I don't know what the hell got Moto so motivated, but all I saw was malicious intent. Hippos aren't just the most aggressive animals in Africa. They're one of the most homicidal things to ever have a pulse.
Oh yeah,
Not
they'll
only
just
can they
murder.
climb crocodiles in half, these Bundy horses will murk animals that are literally zero threat to them.
Yeah,
this
that's
hippo
what I
straight
say.
up dominated an antelope for no reason other than, I guess, the poor animals breathing too loud and the hippo chose death penalty. Also, this is what happens when a lion tests a hippo's hood. They have one of the most devastating overbites of any animal, with a bite force of about 2,000 pounds of force respectfully. But if you've ever seen one violate a watermelon, you already knew that. In an area covered with elephants, hyenas, and buffalo, hippos are the most on-site, and they lay 500 people to rest permanently.
500?
But God can't help you if they catch you in the water, because they've been known to capture small boats and maul anyone that falls in, either by drowning them, chewing them into human applesauce, or straight up swallowing them whole.
They're homicidal maniacs, I swear.
Adopted an orphan baby hippo only to get brutally mauled and mutilated by the same hippo in the same river he rescued it from. Hippos have no soul. They answer to no God.
Yeah.
Moral of this video:
I would agree, they have no soul.
Yawn, you could be the one going to sleep.
Yeah. Oh. I think I've seen that video before. I can't remember what it is though.
Huh. Well, if you're watching this, it means community guidelines hasn't taken my ass yet, and you probably wonder what in the hub this X-rated Pokemon is. It's Nemurti, also known as a ribbon worm, and that nonsense you just watched is how they hunt. The worm shoots out its proboscis, which it uses to wrap around its prey and immobilize it with sticky, toxic secretions, only to end the nightmare by pulling it back into its mouth. The proboscis is a long tube used for eating that normally sits in the worm's guts, but when it wants to catch a body, it forces the proboscis out of its mouth, and some of them are branched.
That's so gross.
It's kinda like how chameleons yeet their tongue to snatch a meal, except this worm looks like Spider-Man busting out the next generation. They're not incredibly dangerous to people, but they do have crippling anxiety, because if you take one out of the water for more than 10 minutes, its body will literally fall apart.
What?
No cap, these pieces are actually one worm. It technically doesn't kill the worm, but it is a sign of high stress. So if you don't
How does that not kill it?
And you don't want to look like someone left a liquid daycare on you, leave it the hell alone. Respectfully.
Yeah, please leave it alone. A giant sea turtle?
I don't think enough of society realizes just how big these f***ing turtles get. That is the biggest shell jockey of them all, the leatherback sea turtle. This turtle can max out at 7 feet long and violate the scales at 1,500 pounds. For reference, that's about as heavy as some American male bison. The largest leatherback ever found was on Harlech Beach in Wales. It was almost 9 feet long in 2016. That's not the year. That's how much the turtle weighed. 2,016 pounds, or 914 kilograms for those of you that aren't American or use the metric system. Which is really just saying not American twice.
Like
Even
2
though they're built
tons.
like a refrigerator with flippers, they can reach speeds of 22 miles per hour while swimming. And you might be
That's
wondering why
quite
an animal
fast.
that big would ever need to move that fast. This is why. Yeah, this too. But if they can avoid
Yeah,
tiger
I
sharks
can
and
imagine.
Minnesota Oreo dolphins, or worst of all, people,
Oreo
leatherbacks can live
dolphins.
for 70 to 80 years, and some even hit the century mark. You'd be surprised how long you live when you stay calm and mind your own business.
Ah. Why is it today my phone just wants to fall over every 2 seconds? I only paused it just because, like... Remember those turtles from Finding Nemo? Is it just me, or like, even as a kid, I knew those turtles were high AF. Like, anyone else realize that as a kid, or only realize that as you got older? I knew that as a kid. Like, Finding Nemo came out, I was like, what, 10? I knew they were high as balls even when I was 10. Anyways, continuing on. But yeah, stop falling over, you stupid piece of junk. And it immediately falls back over again. Why am I having so many issues? I need to angle it right.
I already know what you're thinking, but 2 things. 1, that is 100% a female, and 2, that's not a... This isn't what it looks like. Hyenas live in female-dominated societies where having a boner is actually a sign of weakness. If 2 hyenas
female
hyenas
hyenas
interact, the
have,
hyena that ranks lower
yeah.
in the hierarchy is the one that'll stand at attention, and this usually happens between 2 females. Basically, hyenas take feminism so far that getting bricked up is considered an act of submission. Also, that pseudo thing that I'm not allowed to say because of guidelines is actually another thing that I'm not allowed to say. I'm just gonna call it clitoris. Because nature has something against hyenas, females have to give birth through that clitoris.
Yep.
And it's an incredibly painful process for the mother, the cub,
I can imagine.
watching. It's just bad for everyone involved. Moral of this video, if you're ever pickled out in front of a...
You know what? Even though I've got stuff to say, I'm really tempted not to pause this video anymore because every single time I do, it just automatically, my phone falls over. And I'm getting sick and tired of it. As I was about to say, yeah, just imagine, like, if guys could give birth and it came out of, yeah, just imagine how painful that would be. And then that's basically a hyena. Well, as nasty as hyenas are and as vicious as they are, they're kind of cute. I do like hyenas. Right, let's see if I can press play without it falling over.
A hyena, according to hyena culture, you're basically against But if you do get difficult in front of a hyena, you might have bigger personal issues to work on, good buddy.
Your mind's been blown. Think about elephants. Have boobs. I'm never going to think of Dumbo's mum the same.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought we already knew about elephant boobs, but I can give you something much
I already knew
worse.
about
Have you ever
elephant
seen a
boobs.
dolphin's rack? Because if you have,
Wait, what?
you're a liar and you really need to work on that. You're a liar because a dolphin's milk-giving area is found inside openings on either side of its anus. Not only that, but a dolphin's nippular area is actually
either
inverted
side of its...
to get the milk and, you know, live. The baby
Oh.
dolphin will stick its beak inside her mammary slit and then gently nudge the mother, who will proceed to squirt the milk into the baby's mouth. You know, one of these days, Guidelines is gonna get tired of my
Yeah,
People that get
most
triggered by
likely.
public breastfeeding better be glad we're nothing like dolphins, because if we were, it would actually be a felony. Laws would be broken and childhoods would be ruined. To be
Yeah.
fair, dolphins only live like this because they're stuck underwater, and the mother can control when she ejects the milk so she doesn't waste it out in the ocean. Also, dolphin milk has high fat content, meaning it can pass through water and not get dissolved before it reaches the baby. Also, dolphin milk is oily, bitter, and not very sweet tasting. I don't want to know how we know that.
I was about
Baby
to
dolphins
say,
will drink mama's milk for 2 to 3 years, which probably explains why dolphins...
well, as you've said many times in the past, Hood, it should be less about what we can know and more about what we should know. And that's something we should not know. Who out here tasting dolphin milk? Yeah, I'll have like dolphin milk in my cup of tea, thank you. What? No.
Dolphins are a menace to society. When you spend that much time feeding right next to an asshole, it's only fair that you become one. There are what you wish, being down bad, and there's being this beetle. So the flower beetle, right? The competition for females is so high that it causes the males to do some of the most down atrocious things I've ever heard of. Because
Okay,
male
like
flower
what?
beetles are bisexual, and half the time they're mating,
Hey.
they're actually mounting another male. They'll even go as far as to release inside them. But there's actually a reason for this.
Even though I ended up not being able to do that much LGBTQ content this month, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, this beetle is a big bi like me. I'm no beetle though. But I guess that's what the B in LGBT stands for. Lesbian, gay, beetle, trans. No, that's not right. But yeah, no, like, take that, all you people who say that being gay is not natural, or hell, even being bi is not natural. I don't even need to say anything.
Basically, by injecting another male with their own baby maker, if that male mates with a female, it's possible that the love juice of the first male is what gets transferred. Meaning it's possible for a male to knock up a female without ever meeting her because he turned his competition into a walking spank bank. And believe it or not, a lot of male insects actually swing the other way, but not by choice. A lot of times, insects can't tell the difference between a male and a female, and in an evolutionary sense, you're actually better off mating with as many as your kind as possible, even if you get it wrong sometimes than you are by being stingy and possibly missing out on an opportunity. Also, don't ask me how I got this picture, I'm not proud of it. But none of that compares to the depths of hell the flower beetle goes to, so whoever DM me and ask me what's the most sus animal out there, there's your answer. Follow me on Instagram, please, and thank you.
Kind of
There's a type
sus,
dog
but
that'll run fades
kinda
with
cool too.
tigers. Meet the dhole. It's a wild canid
what?
found all over Asia, but especially India, Tibet, and Pakistan. They roll in packs of 5 to 12, but it can be up to 30 of them. They're more social than wolves, and because there's less competition for food, they're less territorial and there isn't much of a hierarchy. They're basically hippie wolves. They hunt prey by running them down, biting their nose, and then forcing them to the ground. Sometimes they'll go for the eyes and blind their victim, and once they have them down, they'll rip their stomach open and disembowel them. Since they don't mercy kill like cats, it can take up to 15 minutes for the prey to make it to God's door. But by
So
then,
much being
the wolves have already
hippies.
started eating. On a wholesome note, they let the pups eat first because the pack prioritizes the weakest and youngest members. Because their grocery list is almost the entire jungle census, they often compete with tigers and leopards. It hasn't been confirmed, but allegedly they put tigers on t-shirts because they are exactly what chihuahuas think they are. They'll often jump tigers and then force them into the trees. Since a tiger can erase a door with one swipe, the dogs only act tough when they have the squad behind them. They've also been known to straight up punk leopards out of food. But don't get it twisted, if a leopard or a tiger catches a dhole slipping, it's curtains. But these Asian Cujos will protect bears, tigers, and leopards, but never keep the same energy with humans. It says a lot. You might not like me for this one, it might hurt some feelings, but it needs to be said. This guy right here, the honey badger, yeah, he's not a real badger. Honey badgers are part of the Mustelidae family, meaning they pull up to the same cookout as otters, skunks, weasels, wolverines, and actual badgers. But the specific genus they're in is Mellivora, which makes them scientifically one of a kind because they're the only member. And if you look at the family tree, you'll see the honey badger right there on the Celine Dion, all by himself. That group right there has the Japanese badger, the Asian badger, and the European badger. The American badger is right there, but they're not closely related to other badgers because if there's one thing Americans insist on, it's being difficult. But the honey badger's nowhere near either of them, meaning they're not closely related to badgers. As for how they got their name, the naming guy lied in a job application, and it shows. Which is probably why snow leopards aren't actually leopards. Also, when you compare honey badgers to true badgers, it's not hard to find the imposter. So then, what is it? Well, some believe its closest relative is this weasel-like animal called a marten. So when you hear me call this dude a felony ferret or a roid weasel, I'm kinda being serious. This black Air Force is closer to being a honey marten than an actual honey badger. It had to be said, I'm not apologizing for it.
Somebody on Facebook shared a post about Australia and said it is the land of nopes, nodders, and get the fuck away from here.
And from the way y'all tagged me in that video, I guess it's my job to explain what this Oreo-flavored body snatcher is. Gophlenia armata is a striped sea anemone, the largest type of anemone found off the coast of. I don't even need to tell you know exactly where it is.
Yeah,
but bro had the right idea. The only thing you need to remember is to stay the God-fearing away from this thing, because not only can they sting you, it can take months for you to heal. Keep in mind that
this doesn't kill you.
Daria family. I'm not even finna lecture you. The only names you need to remember are jellyfish and man-o-war because those its cousins. Their tentacles have papillae which are covered in large explosive stinging cells called nematocysts, which will introduce themselves to your skin if this satanic Pokemon feels threatened.
Satanic Pokemon, I love it.
Covered in excruciatingly painful venom. Difference between this thing and your ex, if bro hits you with just a tip, you'll actually feel it. I actually love Australia, but y'all are really one of one.
Yeah. Yeah, no. At the end of the video, yeah. Yeah, no, Australia is a beautiful country. I've never been there. My uncle's been there, but I've never been there. But it's the land of nope. Anyways, yeah, it looks like my storage space is running low. So, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to smash that thumbs up. If you disliked it, smash that thumbs down. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell. If you have anything to say, drop a comment down below. My GoFundMe is in the description down below. Please donate. Any little amount would help greatly. It would help me greatly expand the channel. Please and thank you. With that being said, peace out and namaste, peeps.